Rock on.
All of the rock, all of the time. 24 hours a day on your smart device and online.
Who are you?
All right, next episode, Who's the Band? Today we're here with Hastings Music Royalty, I would think. Toby Borelli, or also known as King's Eye Slim.
Hello.
Yeah, just having a quick chat, see why are you here? How did you come? Are you from Hastings?
No, not originally. No, originally I'm from a little town called Herne Bay on the North Kent coast, very close to Whitstable. So I haven't come far in those two. It's not that far from Herne Bay. But yeah, I moved. Actually, I didn't move straight here. I moved from Herne Bay to, where did I go to? Canterbury, which is the next biggest city, and then I went to Brighton for a while, and I lived in France for a bit. Back to Brighton, and came here. How long ago? 18 years ago now. Yeah. So I'm kind of part of the furniture. Obviously, I'm not Old Town. You have to be here for 400 years to be Old Town. But I'm, not far off.
What have you done?
What have I done? What, musically?
Yeah. I mean, why, I don't know, are you making money from making music? Are you doing it for fun?
That's a good question. Up until COVID, I had made a living out of making my own music, performing my own music and recording for about 12, probably 15 years, I suppose, actually. Solely doing that and nothing else. And then COVID kind of changed that a little bit. So it's taken a little while to come back. And also, I was ill last year for a few months. I'm recovering from nerve damage, and that kind of knocked me sideways. But in this new year, I'll get back to where I'm making a living again. Because it is possible to make a living as a musician. It is possible. It's not a great living, but it is possible.
Well, I suppose it's all, you got to have fun as well, isn't it? And if you can live off it, then...
Yeah, it's not supposed to be a
That's all
job.
we
It is
Yeah.
supposed to be fun. I mean, you treat it professionally, but it's not a job, really.
We were actually talking this morning, we were saying, how would you describe what you do? We did agree on it's blues-ish, but
Okay.
how would you describe yourself? What music, what do you do?
It's blues-ish. It's not blues, obviously, because I'm not from the right country or the right colour or the right age or any, I don't tick those boxes. And what I do also doesn't really fit in the British blues genre, but I don't, in answer to your question, I don't know. And that's part of the problem. If I could label it, it'd be much easier to sell, I think. But because I just do what I do. I don't know, there's a phrase that someone came up with a while ago called heavyweight acoustics. Which sounds cool. I don't really know what it means, but it kind of fits what I do. So it's that. There you go.
Who do you listen to in your own time? Who's your influence, or what gets you going?
I really like ska. I really love ska. I used to play ska for a living. I toured the world playing in ska bands, so it's sort of in my blood, as it were. So if I'm at home and I'm spinning records, it's old 7-inch ska, blue beat.
Dancing in the lounge? Or?
To myself, yeah, because my wife and child would be going, why are you wearing that on again? But I tell you what I do listen to is FIP Radio FIP from France. France Entre Paris it's called, and it's an internet thing. And the reason I listen to that is the eclecticism of the music. They've got a really eclectic taste, but there's kind of a narrative that goes through, so you can listen to an hour and there might be one song that you really don't like, but the rest of it's great. And you've never heard most of it. A lot of it's in French, so we don't get that here. So yeah, Radio
French
FIP.
sounds very nice though, doesn't it?
It does.
Very...
Well, yeah, I like. I like that radio station. If I'm going to put music on, and I don't fancy standing there turning records over, I'll just put Radio FIP on because they're great.
So what's your plans for the future? You going to stay in Hastings? Do you like it here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm not particularly happy with the country right now, but Hastings is all right. Plans for the future, what we're doing. I've written quite a lot of new material for a new album, and we are in the process of appropriating funding to record that, and then present it and publicise it. So
How do you
Which one?
write? What comes first? Lyrics?
rarely lyrics. Sometimes it does, and it will just be a few words like a chorus or something catchy, and I can write a song around that. I knew you'd ask this question, and there's no way that the songs come in the same way. They just don't. I'd be sitting there, and sometimes the song will just fall out onto a piece of paper. And fucking hell, it's coming. I mean, you have to
Oh, do you write it down or do you
Yeah,
play
yeah.
it?
No,
or-
it's a piece of paper, and computers aren't that. I like the tactileness of writing it on a bit of paper. You can feel it, it's there, and if you don't like it, you can throw it over your shoulder. And I like that physicalness. But yeah, some songs just kind of fall out of you, and other ones I have to work out for decades, in fact. There's a song on the last album that I swear to you I've had bouncing around for 35 years. Just this.
I suppose it's like painting a picture, isn't it? If it's not ready, it's not ready.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes when it's ready. Yeah, you can't force it. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
You know, it just comes. If you force it, then the song's not. It just hasn't
It
got.
doesn't feel
whatever
right,
that
yeah.
magic is, it hasn't got it.
Yeah, you got to feel it as well when
I'm
you
not
play it, I
talking on
suppose. Oh yeah. On camera, there's a story there, isn't there?
There is.
What's the story?
What's the story? Well, the story as refers to this, we were just talking about it off camera, is I asked if I could drink on camera because I once got into trouble for drinking on camera in an interview in the Middle East, which I won't do again. So you want me to tell you about the Bahraini thing?
If
Bahraini
it's suitable.
connection. It is, that's
Connection,
fine.
yes,
It
yeah,
is.
sounds good.
So, how long ago was this? Probably 10 years ago, I did a live PA on Radio Kent. They used to run a folk show, and I think it was a Sunday night or something. So I turned up, played a few songs, a bit of interview, much like this. And then a few weeks later, I got an email from a contact from a studio called 2Cs Studios in Bahrain. And he had been listening to the show.
I can't promise you anything like this.
Well, you
after
never know,
that,
though.
but you never
You
know.
have no idea. So he'd been listening to the show because he was driving to, I believe, Dover to drive to France. You know, anyway.
Oh wow, it's
And
funny
they-
how it works.
I know, and he was looking. They're looking for acts to go on to 2Cs, which is another. That's a big old story. They were looking for acts to fly over to Bahrain to record a number of songs. So I did like 8 or 9 of my songs in their world-class studio over there. And then I played a gig for them. And so essentially, cutting a long story short, I've been over to Bahrain a couple of times now as a guest of the royal family to go and entertain, not them directly, but they're trying to build a scene over there, you know, an international music scene, and I'm part of that. It's pretty cool.
So future gigs coming up there.
I hope so.
potentially? Hope
Yeah,
so,
I think
get some sunshine, I
I
suppose.
think there's a lot going on in the Middle East right now, which means they're not going to do too many festivals. So I can't see much happening immediately, but we'll see, you know.
Yeah, it's not something you necessarily hear about, so it's quite interesting to
Yeah.
hear it from your side of things.
Okay.
yeah.
There's more to the Middle East than immediately meets the eye, and that's very complicated, so I'm not going to talk about it too much about it. I've had fun over there. They're all right, that lot. They are.
So what's next? You said you're going to do an album. You want to put the album out.
Immediately next, I'm playing downstairs in about 45 minutes or so, and then it's recording the album and publicising that and getting some shows around that.
Do you still want to go? Do you want to tour still? Would you
Yeah.
want to go out?
Yeah, I
Who
do.
would you want to go with? Who's your ideal
Oh,
band?
to go on the road with an act?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
It's always an interesting question.
I did a double bill tour with, Skip McDonald. I don't know if that's your scene. So kind of digi-dub stuff. He's in the On You Sound label, and he's a bit of in that kind of digital blues scene. He is a bit of a legend. He was in the Sugar Hill Gang. You know Sugar Hill Gang? Yeah, he's in the house. Right, the cameraman's got. Wow. Yeah, he's in the band. So when you hear the Guitar No records, that's my mate Skip. So I've talked with him a lot. That was fun. I'm not sure anything would be quite as much fun as touring with Skip fucking McDonald. Driving along, Skip McDonald, he's my mate. I don't know who else. I don't know. All the old blues guys are gone, obviously, so there's no point in that. I don't know.
Do you still get nervous when you play?
Yeah, yeah, I think you should as well. You know, I say sometimes no, because with what I do, sometimes the gig isn't. It's not really about a performance as such or a show. It's about sitting in the back and playing music. So it's quite difficult to get nervous about that. But when there's a show involved, then it's good to be a little bit nervous. But it does manifest itself. I know it's coming. I know how to deal with it now. You know, I smoke a lot. Just before I'm going on.
You do Fat Tuesday, don't you? You do the
I've got my own
Slim
night.
Monday.
Yeah, Slim Monday's my night. I've done every year, even when there wasn't one. We did a show.
How many years for now?
I don't know. I'm looking at the thing up there. It's his 10th anniversary. But that's 2009. So I don't know. Coming up to 20 something years must be.
Yeah, I think the 20th anniversary was
soon.
like a couple of years ago.
Was
or
it
something.
really?
Oh,
I don't know. It's all a bit of a haze.
But you've done it every year, Fat Tuesday.
I have. Yeah, I think I'm probably one of the only acts that has played every year.
Do you still enjoy it?
Oh, it's
I think?
great.
Yeah, it's
It
great
really
fun,
is.
isn't
Oh,
it?
it's brilliant. The whole 5 days is chaos, beautiful chaos. Yeah,
I mean, it's
Hastings
great
punches-
for discovering bands.
Oh, it's brilliant,
You
yeah.
know, you should go and see the bands you don't know almost. You should go and
Totally,
you know
yeah.
check out what's.
Yeah,
What's
I think
about.
the secret. I mean, I've never been as a guest or a punter, I suppose. I've always played, but I think the secret is to kind of ignore the lineup. Just don't look at it. Think about what venue do I want to sit in, and you get in a venue early, find your corner, hold your corner, and then you'll see
What's
five.
the best venue?
Oh, I'm not going to say because I live here in the old town, so I'm not going to tell you. Obviously, it's the Albion because that's where we're sitting today. But if you were to ask me in the Nelson, I'd probably tell you the Nelson.
Yeah, I mean,
It is
I
nice.
have to admit, I do that. I get the menu out and
Okay.
I look where do I want to be, or I do which place has got the bands I want to see
Oh,
the
okay,
most
yeah, I
of,
suppose
and
so,
then, yeah,
Stick there, yeah.
stick
Yeah.
there.
But I think there's a lot to be said for just because there's so many acts on that Tuesday and on the Saturday. I don't know how many. I mean, who knows?
Hundreds, isn't
Hun-
it? Hundreds.
Dozens, certainly dozens. You're not going to see everyone, so why not throw caution to the wind and just watch a band you've never seen? Because that's.
Oh,
that's
I've
about,
seen
you know what I
some
mean?
great bands, yeah, that I've discovered and I still listen to now, and
There you go.
I've seen them years ago
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Fat Tuesdays.
And frankly, the ones
yeah.
that you don't like, you've probably forgotten now. It's only, you only play
suppose.
for 15 minutes, you know, so if it's rubbish, 15 minutes.
Anything you want to say? Anything important?
What else? Oh, you know what? You asked me what's going on. We're looking at doing some stuff in New Zealand,
Oh,
which is
wow.
pretty cool. It looks like we've got a nice contact with a label over there and a promoter. So I might be going to the
What,
other
do a
side
few
of the world.
gigs?
Yeah,
a bit
little
of
tour.
Of a tour.
Yeah,
Oh,
although
awesome.
having researched it, whilst it looks quite small on a map, it's a really long. You know, it's
Very hilly as well, isn't it?
From
I
what
think
I've
there's a
never
lot
been,
of-
I don't know. My wife's been, so she tells me, and I've got some mates there, so we'll see. So hopefully, you know, we'll be going to Australasia and doing
Is
some
that
stuff
you
over
or
there.
with the band or?
That'll, I don't know. I'd like to take the band, but it's really expensive, so we'll see. You know, it might just be me on my own. We'll see. Yeah,
Anyway, good luck, and
thank you.
yeah, we'll see you around.
nice one. Thanks very much.
All right,
Nice one.
bye.
Cool.